you know. Nothing up there is super gentle, you know. When? I'm going out there with volunteers on Friday. Yeah.
Pretty good, yeah. I mean, we're still not back to where we were before COVID, but.
You got my emails about.
Yeah, what do you want to lead?
It's probably about
Probably do any of them.
I sent one yesterday too, and I can do the last three.
Okay, I didn't see the one.
See the dates.
Yeah. Let's look at the.
Are they public comments?
Yeah. And so I don't have the dates in front of me, but
Okay.
we're really just looking for some of the half-day ones. We're not asking people to, you know.
Fine. Oh, well, I wouldn't mind.
I'm good, are you?
It would take me a little while, but I wouldn't
Ready for
mind
summer?
following up too. Not mentioned.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one of the ones that everyone wants to do, so we don't have a problem with staffing that one. It's, yeah.
Yep, thank you, you're welcome.
Yeah, no, I've got them, more of a, I don't have it memorized at this point. Heck, I don't have it memorized in the summer. You know, I always look ahead next week to see what we're gonna do. Like I write them all down in the spring, and then I have to check the poster the rest of the time.
I'm so sorry. The expenses. I can tell you right now.
No, later is good.
Hey. All right. I think I heard him in the woods yesterday working.
Oh, yeah, he was hoping to get all the equipment there.
I mean, all the beams are gone. They're not there anymore, so. Yeah, and so I was on Graybeard and I heard machinery from that area. Yeah, it wasn't visible from the trail, so it wasn't like they got it all the way out there yet.
Oh my gosh. I'm hoping for rain because without rain, road isn't. So it's very tricky for a flatlander to get, and I'm having to learn how to flatland. Which I'm proud to say I've done it a couple times. Woohoo! Oh, it's steeper than I thought it was. So
Steep as ours.
it's not as steep as we thought.
Have you seen the overlook?
Actually flattened
They
it
built
out a little. So it could have been
top
worse.
water course.
Yeah,
Not in a long time. In fact, I've only ever been up there one time, and it was
Bless you.
so foggy and misty. Standing on the overlook, and we couldn't actually see anything.
They have, you know, covered overlook.
It wasn't
I think
covered when I
7
was there.
actually.
No, I was just up there last week.
Royal Gorge,
Yeah.
8, great.
You have to get permission
from Ridgecrest to do it, yeah.
Ridgecrest. What we did is, we went up the athletic, nature trail
Yeah.
and went on up and then came back to the water.
Yeah. I gotta call them. I really want them to label their thing.
Oh, there were no blazes on board.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I knew it had to be the trail, but it's,
Yeah.
and it's got stumps that high.
Well, they've got signs that just say to conference center, which drive, get people lost. Because they'll have signs pointing to Ridgecrest that just say conference center. Which one? You know?
Oh, it just said,
Yeah, you're on the toll road, and it just says to conference center, and we have people get lost there from time to time because they don't know there's another one over there.
yeah, we may need for people to know that if you go down the east side of the old toll road, you're going up the Ridgecrest. If you go down the west side, you're going into Mark.
Yeah. But it's a lot of road.
It is, it's,
And if they would just mark their access points, that would go a long way.
I'll tell Wanda to wait till you get all that trail fixed
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah. So,
Because he does nothing else to.
yeah,
No pressure.
yeah. It's in Ridgecrest, and it's, well, so have you ever done like, whatever, Point Lookout? The Fonta Flora, that's like down in Royal Gorge, like that area. Yeah. But they have, from Ridgecrest, there's an overlook over the gorge. So,
Yeah, it's a really nice overlook. And there was a hawk up there, man, just soaring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I took a video of it. I didn't take a picture of the shed, but I took a video of the whole gorge. Good morning, Tracy.
Good morning, dear. How are you?
Fine, you're being quiet today. Don't you talk.
No.
we're here, is it? Almost.
Does anybody need an agenda?
Yeah.
No, okay.
Josh will be here. Yeah, Josh, since he's up there in executive.
We made it. We made it.
I accidentally did this for a form that doesn't have your automatic signatures, so I need to send it. Sorry.
Yeah, I am.
And
I
all
don't
I
know how
have
they're
is pencil.
planning to work on that, but man, if they can get that open by summer, that would be excellent.
George, we made it forward.
I gotta be sure she doesn't have my, get a hold of my checkbook. She's got this
Yeah.
automatic signature.
I don't even think he's up here yet. I think it's just his guys. I haven't seen it. Well, I'm sure it puts his other projects behind as well. So, yeah.
Two places? Thank you. All right, let's see. Ah, yes. Mickey's hand is just past the 12, so let's go ahead and call the meeting to order and observe a moment of silence while we get our act together. Madam Secretary, do we have a quorum?
We have a quorum.
Wonderful. Anybody want to make any changes to the agenda?
If you want, George, when we get to that, well, I'll just do another my report. I went out and looked at what the young man and talked to him was doing.
Oh, okay, good, good. All right, hearing none, then we adopt the agenda as prepared. Have you looked at the minutes for April? Anybody see anything that needs to be changed?
Nope. Move approval.
Seeing no rec. It's been moved that we approve them. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, treasurer's report, Gene.
Okay, we are a couple of months behind on town reports, and I imagine there are plenty of good reasons for that. But I have been trying to catch up myself with my bookkeeping. Right now, I think we have about $91,000 that we could call Landcare money. And that's because we've spent $35,000 of Pigeon River money. It's gone. Anything else we do on that site, we're now working on a reimbursement basis. And part of needing to get updated was to find out just how much money do we have that we can circulate through the reimbursement process. We have about $6,600 that I think is still safely set aside for website changes. We need a rebuild on that. Kathy and we've both done some work on it. We haven't sat together and concluded that.
Jane, excuse me, is your mic on?
It may not be. I don't see it. There you go. All right, now?
It sounds like it's on.
Okay. Okay, so we have approximately $91,000 that you could call Landcare money right now. Some of that still is Flat Creek Crossing money. In fact, most of it is. About $6,600 of it is set aside for the website. We have had $1,458 of income from card and print sales because Montreat Store is now handling the sales of the cards and the prints. And they most generously paid to us the entire amount that we would have charged if we were selling them to people. So our markup, we have. They also have some additional markup, but lower than your usual retail markup, because this administration in the store is very much community-oriented. And so far, it seems to be working for them. Let's see. The Landcare Festival is not fully accounted for, but I think it's probably done much as it did in the past few times. We'll have a little bit more in expenses than we had in income, and that's fine. And we had the same wonderful support as always from MRA, and that was wonderful. I think that's our report, except that I think we have approximately 80, maybe as much as 85,000 that we can consider a revolving fund for ongoing work on the Flat Creek Crossing site. And then we'll have to pause, we'll have to wait for reimbursement. We'll be in the same process that the town has been in with FEMA. And there's additional fundraising to do for that project. And some of it might end up being FEMA funding. That's just completely unclear yet. But we did win about half of the next phase in grant money from Helene Recovery Fund, a carve out from part of funds from the state, the North Carolina Department of Parks and Rec. So I think that's our status.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, let's see. Jane's not here yet. She'll probably go up here in a few minutes. Anything from MRA?
Do we do public comments?
You what? Well, yeah, I guess.
Well, we got someone here. I think we ought to do public
Well, I
comments
figured-
where we put it on the agenda.
Jason was going to take care of that, but maybe not.
Would you come up and actually, could we get, let me get the, could you get the mic
Use the mic.
there?
There's one on the podium.
Oh, there is one, okay, thanks.
It seems on.
Yep.
Well, anyway, I appreciate what you all are doing, for our area that we live in. So I live in Asheville, and been out to Montreat and up to the event center many times. But I just came down to learn more about how you guys are working to restore the area, and my company helps out communities with public spaces. So I'm just here to gather information. But
Can you
congratulations.
Can you repeat your name?
My name is Jake Feltenberger.
Could you spell your last name for me?
F like Frank, ELTENBERGER.
And what's your company name?
It's Compan. It's Kompan. And, yeah, so, thank you. Yeah, and I'm excited to hear everything going on.
Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome aboard. I thought you were somebody else that's going to come up later, but I don't do names and don't do well in recognition sometimes. MRA, anything from MRA?
Yeah, so if you may have seen the last couple of days, them taking 4 60-foot steel I-beams up the road. Those are the new stringers for the replacement bridge up at Harry Bryan intersection with Graybeard. So that's a big thing. We've got summer staff showing up in like 6 weeks. So that's a big thing.
Less than that.
You're right. In 4 weeks. Less than that, 3.5. Now that I think about it, time's getting away from me. And then, as I was talking with them earlier, we are going to try a new program where we have some community hosts for some of our shorter hikes. And that will ideally do a couple things. It'll put a little more engagement between community members and other community members who might be here, or visitors who are here to hike, as well as it'll free up some ranger staff. So we'll still send a ranger on every hike, but ideally we would hand the hosting, leading aspect off to whoever wants to sign up for those, and that frees up at least one more person to go work on other things. So.
Jason, we did look at the list, but it doesn't have the dates, and so we might need to assign dates to those, so we'll.
Those dates, there is a list with them all.
There was a date on there.
If that's not the one that got published, I'll talk to them about it, but there is a master list with dates for every single hike that's going to happen between June and August. Okay. So that may not be the one that got published, but that exists. I can find that for you.
I think the dates were on the newsletter on
Okay,
Monday.
okay. And then Celeste will do another excellent, I'm sure, poster like last year for those who saw it. It was good.
Okay.
Are people getting in the lake?
Yes, we've had a couple of instances recently where people are getting in the lake, so it would be helpful if all the entities here can just help remind people that the lake is not for swimming. And there are a lot of different reasons for that, so.
Did that include the canoeing class?
No, it was not canoeing. No, I know there are legitimate reasons to get in the lake, of course. I mean, we use it in the summer for boating, and yes, I know the college does some canoeing and water safety sort of stuff over there. But as far as like bodies in the swimming in the lake, bodies in the lake, that's really not allowed in Lake Susan.
Yeah, I had not seen that lately, so.
Lately.
That's more of a North Carolina Health Department issue, I think.
It is, but because the lake belongs to the conference center,
Yeah.
It's our property.
It is our property and our responsibility.
Right.
And when the college uses it, they let us know, we communicate, there's, so for certain activities, it could be used. Would be best to reach out to the conference center first and get permission or find out if your activity is one that is sanctioned for that lake. But just swimming in the lake, getting in the lake, being in the lake, that's not allowed.
I could probably arrange for you to have a South Carolina alligator to spend the summer.
We joked about it.
Somebody put one summer a fake alligator head.
Yeah, that was our guys, yeah.
Oh, okay, because we were up there for compass, I was like,
Yeah.
that doesn't have eye shine, that's a little weird.
Yeah, some of my guys found one, and I'm sure they got into all sorts of trouble with it, yeah.
That alligator had made rounds that summer.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to know the explanation for the steel beam. The other day I was driving out of the area and saw the guy walking with the steel beam on the lull. And I thought, oh, I wonder where he's going. Quite a hike ahead of him.
Oh, yeah, no, it's at least a
And then
2 mile
later I
walk.
came back and he was riding back on the lull, so at least he didn't have to walk back.
Yeah,
to
no, it's
wherever
over
he was
2
going.
miles from where they dropped them to where they need to go, so it's quite a walk.
It was a good
So
one.
this is on Graybeard Trail, the trail.
This is a half mile in. If you start hiking Graybeard, you hike the first half mile, you hit that T intersection,
Yeah,
and you go left, and there used to be a bridge there.
okay,
It's not there anymore. There's gonna be a new one.
gotcha.
Aline got rid of the old one.
Yeah, yeah.
And this one will be,
Like on up the Graybeard side, right?
What's that?
So they go up the Graybeard side?
Oh, they're going up differently. They're going up an old timber road that comes out of the well sites that's not open to, it's not a hiking trail. I've been up there cutting back, reopening the old timber road so that they could go in there, and then they're gonna close it back behind them. And so hopefully we don't have to deal with people trying to hike through there, but it's not.
and it was a footbridge, we're replacing it with one that could accommodate an EMS UTV if it needed to get in there, so it's just another point of access for vehicles like that, when it might be needed.
Good, thank you. Montreat College.
Yeah, so I think the big thing is, we need to meet with you guys still about brook trout
Yeah.
restoration stuff. But we did, some initial, surveys with electrofishing of the fish populations, on Graybeard Trail in Flat Creek. We found, above, we basically sampled at that bridge and, that's out and a little bit below that. So above a certain point, there's one species of fish and it's brook trout, which is pretty awesome. The rainbow trout are, you know, at the bridge and I haven't sent this to you because we just did this yesterday, so, but, the bridge at, Graybeard, has lots of rainbow trout, so somewhere between the two, there's some sort of, barrier or structure or something. Maybe, you know, it could be that maybe there's a few rainbows here and there. My student that's really interested in brook trout kind of wants to do more extensive surveys come the fall, but we're hopefully soonish over the summer gonna meet with Jason and with some of the people that are interested in that, like Bill Seaman, Flat Creek working group people, and then talk about what can potentially happen from there. So it's kind of really great news and changes a lot of like the direction I was thinking that like, we'd have to go, because I was thinking like, oh, we'd have to do a concerted effort to remove all the rainbow trout, but it turns out it kind of removed, seems like it removed all the fish from the upper creek other than brook trout.
Okay. So Graybeard, at the tall bridge at Graybeard, there's still rainbow?
Yeah, the entrance of the trailhead bridge, yep.
That's wild. Because we haven't stocked up there in 20 years.
Oh, they're wild, yeah, they're little guys, you know.
Yeah,
but,
we haven't stocked, they used to carry rainbow trout up there when we did stocking
yeah,
and put them in. But that was, I mean, we haven't done it in my time here, so.
yeah, we electrofished there for only 5 minutes at the bridge, and we got 5 or 6 rainbows.
All right.
So, but yeah, then you go up to those other two. We were electrofishing for a long time, and actually the first reach we got no fish whatsoever. So it might actually be good at some point to stock some more brook trout in there. But not the first bridge, the first point, and I can get you the.
Do you think that's because after the storm, there are more pools up through there?
I think a couple things happened. I think Helene scoured everything, you know, so there could be brook trout in the Atlantic right now. And then it also changed the what you would call the geomorphology of the stream. In other words, like right now, there's a lot of blockages and there's a lot of like step pools where it's like, you got one here, a little trickle, and then you got one down here, which, you know, maybe one of them is like 100% barrier, like nothing can get past it, or maybe everything's a 80% barrier, but you stack 2, 3, 4 of those together and, you know, rainbows just aren't getting up that far. But either way, pretty neat. Got a picture of the one for Berkshire if anybody wants to see. But that's something this, you know, we've talked a little bit with parties that are kind of interested in brook trout in the cove, you know, including, yeah. So basically, it seems like a lot of people are really into brook trout and really into potential restoration, which is pretty cool. Yeah. The other thing is I'll probably send an email at some point, but I would like to get a letter of support for a grant that we're applying for our Compass Herpetology Summer Program. And it would just basically be like a collaborator letter because we do activities in the cove here. But we're basically applying to get scholarships for students to go to our herpetology college. So, a lot more information about it.
Would that be a letter of support, or would you expect some funding?
Just letter of support, yeah, no, it's giant.
We need a motion for us to send that.
I don't know. I've never been asked to sign a letter of support. I guess we should put that probably in terms of a motion.
Could we get some more information about it before moving forward?
Sure.
What's your deadline?
I was
I
concerned.
think
about
June 1st
Yeah.
is when the grant has to be in.
So we'll have to do it now.
This
I
is
mean,
May.
yeah, I'll move to support it, barring anything weird in the letter, but, you know, but
Yeah, it's just basically.
we're not gonna meet again before it's due.
Yeah. It would just basically be like, you know, herpetology summer camp does activities in the cove here, and we're supportive of those activities.
But
Basically,
if it's June 1st, we do need to deal with it.
That's what I'm saying. I've made them, I'm moving that we support them with a letter.
yeah, I appreciate that, and yeah, so this would just be support in principle, I guess, to enumerate it further. No personnel or monetary or other support.
We can probably, if you could come up with
Yeah, I'll come up
the
with
minimum
draft.
wording that you
Yeah.
need, we can probably embellish on that a little bit, because Landcare and Flat Creek Crossing projects in general, we're highly in favor of student activities in the cove. So we could say something strong.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, I can put together a draft, and anybody who.
All right, we have a motion and a second on the floor. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And George will sign it as the chair.
Sounds great.
Yeah, get it to me,
Yeah.
and Kathy and I'll work it over, and,
Which carries absolutely no weight,
Oh, you know, these granting agencies do love to see, like, you know, the community being behind, you know, anything that's makes a huge amount of difference almost all the time, so.
I saw
we
a little
don't-
of that in action.
this is, you know, the committee supported the student project on campus
Yeah.
last month, so this is what we're supposed to do, I think.
Absolutely.
Good, thank you. All right, let's see.
Any questions about the brook trout stuff? I know I have a conference center people, I haven't talked to any people yet, but Jason, we're gonna be meeting at some point.
It might be nice, Josh, to have something go in the Montreat minutes about what you're finding, just for people who are curious about it.
What we're planning?
It's called Montreat Minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you
and
say after that? What we're finding, okay, gotcha. Cool. Yeah, who's the point person for that?
Is it still Tom Bigger?
Anything else? Thank you, Jason. Josh. I get the two of you guys mixed up. One of you has got to drop the J name. Just wait. Someday, if you live long enough, you'll get your mind will get addled too.
That's right, you can call him Doc now.
That's right. Okay, Cottagers Wilderness.
We continue to move forward at the pace of an upside-down snail, very slowly, but we are making progress on, and it's looking more and more positive about transferring the Jane Holt Wilderness deed over to MRA. It's just working out some details on insurance. But I will keep you posted when that is an actual deed. We hope to have it done by the cottagers meeting, which is in July of this summer. So keep you posted, but we're still moving on it, but there's just nothing huge to report on that.
Good. Thank you.
Can I just add one thing?
Sure.
Just as a reminder, Friday mornings, planting down at the gate.
That is true. That is.
9 a.m., so anybody who has a little bit of time, bring meal or pads, whatever.
Gloves. Beth Casper is the contact person on that. So.
Yeah, I was reading something about the trails and the wilderness around Montreat. I think in the past, the cottagers have paid for land and then given it to the association, I think, if I read that right.
The cottagers have a budget, and then the Wilderness and Open Space Committee, which I chair, has a separate budget underneath their budget. Some of that money has been used in the past to take lands, and I'll give you an example. Jane Holt owned a lot of land behind her house. She had that put in the conservation easement that abuts the MRA conservation easement. The monies in our budget have been there for legal fees and to help support that. We're not really, I don't think we've ever really bought land outright, but it's really more to enable people to donate their land to the conservation easement. The advantage, of course, to the owners of the land is they get it off their taxes. And of course, the big advantage is that it is in a conservation easement, which means that it cannot be developed. So there are some funds in there. That budget is also going to be used to help offset, I'll put it this way, it's likely that some of those funds are going to be used to offset the expenses that MRA is incurring with legal fees to get the deed registered for title searches, et cetera, for the Jane Wilderness. So we're still waiting to hear from them about what they need. The attitude of the committee and the cottagers board is that we really don't want MRA to incur any hardship taking this. So we're trying to make that as easy for MRA as possible. One of the nice things is the board did say that the executive committee could make the final decision, so we don't have to wait for the board to meet again, which is good. So that'll speed things up a little bit. Did that answer your question clearly enough? Yeah, okay. Clarification?
Clarified it.
That money has been used for that purpose, but it's more that if anybody has a giant piece of property that we can attach to the conservation easement, let us know. We'll help pay the legal fees. So.
All right, thank you. I know of nothing additional to report for Earth Ministry. I talked to Hal the other day, didn't say he had anything. Gene, do you have anything additional with the Flat Creek crossing? You seem to have covered it all under the treasurer's
One
report.
additional thing, yes. Cottagers has offered support to Flat Creek Crossing, not only in the usual ways of making a table available at the meeting for informational purposes, but they reworked their donations to other entities so that Flat Creek Crossing is now going to receive $1,000 direct from cottagers and on an equal basis with the college and MRA and the Bridges Project, which I think is pretty exciting, facing the stone bridges. So that's actually pretty thrilling. And I think that's the update.
Good, okay. Wildlife habitat, Bill.
I want to thank Kathy for forcing me to have a table at the, she put me on the spot. But it turned out I had 16 applications taken, and the only reason it was only 16 is I ran out. I didn't think I would be able to get rid of that many. But I did send a lot of people a website, and I've had a couple of people already notify me that they have gone on and done the paperwork and gotten their lots certified. So thank you for doing that, and whoever's in charge of that from now on, you ought to put them on the spot too.
Do we have enough now to continue to?
Well, I think I actually need 2 more this year, but that helped me jumpstart it. It really did. But we may get more than that, and Black Mountain may qualify because some people from Black Mountain took them too. So
It's close.
I don't know if they want to qualify, but they might.
Kathy, do you want to talk about our very successful Landcare Festival?
Sure. So just wanted to thank everybody for their help with the Landcare Festival. The MRA was really helpful with supplying all the printed needs and helping to set everything up. And so thank you so much. We had, thankfully, really good weather. We brought in from our vendors a total of $550. Our expenses are going to run a bit over the $500 that we had received from Landcare, that we had expected to, essentially have a wash because of the vendor charges. But we're going to run over by about $22. So I'll have, those reimbursements go to the town. We had very good feedback from the vendors. The committee had a, post-mortem meeting and have a good list of what went right and what could be improved upon, and starting for ideas on next year's Landcare. I am very happy to announce that the folks who are on the festival committee have agreed to serve again for next year. So that's wonderful. I'm happy to be chair again because the group was so helpful and was really nervous going into it. But yeah, was very pleased. So any thoughts that you all have about it, please just email me because that will be helpful. Thanks to Jason for doing the Treasure Tree Walk with Martin Campbell. It looked like you had a pretty good group.
Yeah, it's a pretty good group.
Yeah. So,
And I think the Bill Seaman presentation he did 3 times really went over well.
It did. It did. The tea was wonderful. I think people really enjoyed that. So, yeah.
I thought it was a wonderful day. I'm particularly grateful to the good Lord for providing us with a beautiful day. It all worked out very well.
I'll take credit for that if you want.
You'll take credit for that? Our preacher in residence, okay.
We'll need your prayers again next year.
Okay. haven't had a report from Firewise. I know Nancy keeps putting a squib in the weekly message from the city about being aware. And I think this area now has been lifted in terms of the burn ban. But the amount of time I've spent in the woods here lately, there's an awful lot of tinder on the ground. So I just hope that people coming in this summer who are not that aware of what's been going on around here don't create an opportunity for us. Because it's there.
It looks like, from my weather app, that we're going to get rain over the next 2 weeks, the rest of this week and next week. So, which would be great.
Well, I did something yesterday that I had not done since the storm. I cleaned out the accumulation that the water brought of mixed materials, branches, grass, weeds, mud, stone, and so forth from a small area at the trail site the other day. And I was impressed with a couple of things, primarily the dryness of it and the dust that's in it. It's just looking for a spark to light those little accumulations around the base of rhododendrons and so forth. It's just looking for a spark to get in there. Katie, bar the door if that happens. Anyway, nothing new to report from Bearwise other than the town is putting together a proposal and it will be discussed at town council in June. The meeting for May has been canceled for a lack of quorum, but it is to come up at the June meeting for further discussion.
I'm wondering if the Bearwise group, whoever they are, if there could be because the town has come up with pretty good guidelines, right. And I'm wondering if there's a way we could just check on people's systems to make sure.
Well, I think that's kind of in the works. I know we have to drop the term Bearwise, and the new term is Bear Aware. And I know that's part of what's going to be discussed. Arrington has agreed to continue to work with the city as the promoting agent for this, and I know that she's been lining up the neighborhood bear watchers again to keep that part of the program alive. So I expect that probably not at the next meeting, but at the August meeting, since we won't meet in July, we'll have a much better update of what the city is planning to do and how it's planning to do that. But I know that's in the works. I have a meeting on Thursday this week with Mason to again talk about the Bear Book. We're making some progress on that. So I have another meeting with him on Thursday. So keep me posted on it.
Thinking about Bearwise, so moving forward, we'll just change the term here to Bear Aware on the agenda. And also a reminder regarding the town sanitation ordinance. The town is having the public meeting, I believe, tomorrow afternoon, Thursday afternoon at 4 o'clock. For any questions that people have, just to learn more about the ordinance, the town has put out a good FAQ, and the frequently asked questions, and you can find that on the website. But tomorrow afternoon is just a good opportunity for folks to come talk to town staff about it.
Thank you. Okay. Hemlock restoration. There's a plan. Let's see. There's some maintenance program to begin this spring with some folks who are looking at things in terms of the hemlock. The treatment, let's see, the treatment program is sort of on hold right now in terms of the hemlocks. The Treasured Tree program is now going to be offered to residents who want to get involved in noting a treasured tree in their own yard. And I guess that's the most important thing coming from the tree board.
I know the tree board's not a part of this,
No, but,
but do they send us a
well, that's what I just gave you.
Oh, okay.
I was reading their minutes. That's what I just gave you. And since I have to be on the tree board as a part of this position, I do go to the meetings, and of course, the trees are something I'm interested in, I guess you could say.
The chair of this group is on the tree board?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know
I'll
that.
give you a heads up. I didn't know it either when the town arm twister twisted my arm. And you all know who that is. No information on children in the outdoors or kids in the park. And anything else to come before the group before we?
Let me just say, if you haven't walked up to the site where we help fund the college, I guess, college group of clearing out, they have gotten the underbrush out, mulched it, and now they're spreading the mulch out. Now, I think they've put at least one bench up there. Is that
They've done a mural as well. I haven't been over to see it yet.
right? But it's a little more uphill than I imagined when I. So it may be that they'll want to put some kind of wandering path up through there, but that's to come later, I guess. But Josh, if you're working with them, are you involved in that at all?
Not really, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Another project of his,
But
so.
that might be an idea of how to make it more usable. I was expecting it to be a little more flat like that, but it's not.
If it was flat, we'd have a building on it.
Right.
Well, I went by the day they were working and talked to the couple of students while they were cutting stuff. And they had it well organized, I have to say. The guys operating the chainsaws were properly attired. I didn't see any older adult supervision, knowing that college students are considered to be adults by some. Those of us who worked with college students wonder about that sometimes, but anyway, there was quite a crowd working that day, pulling stuff together, and they had a chipper going, and the person operating the chipper was properly attired, and everybody stayed away from the business end of the chipper. It was a very well organized bunch of kids. I really enjoyed spending some time with them.
And I think it was Saturday that I walked by there doing a walkabout, and there were about 3 or 4 students working that day. So he's continuing the work. I don't know what happens after he graduates, but anyway.
What's the committee?
He had said
There's a
that the
committee of
garden
the
club,
garden club.
that the
it is.
garden club had
Okay.
agreed to maintain it.
I'd like to back us up to children in the parks. Yesterday, I think it was, I had occasion to look at the sign with the places to put the brochures, and 3 of those pockets were empty.
That's because we don't have brochures for all of those pockets.
I have, so I got de-desked this year, but I no longer have a desk at the Freeland Hall. And in the process of moving all of my stuff out of Freeland Hall, I found a few of the bird things left that I had.
Birds were the only ones that were up, yeah.
Yeah, those are the ones that are out.
Oh, okay.
And so I still have a few more in the nature center, so I can restock the bird one, or I could put bird ones in all four if you want. But,
I'll look at it. I have,
but I don't have the broad, and wasn't Patty Pyle on that?
yes,
And if she's not, that's fine, we probably just need to find a new person to do it.
that's where we're trying to get this, the new person at the college.
But anyway, so I've got a few brochures, and I'll put them out as I can, but I don't have enough to stock the whole thing with different variety.
No, I have a few of them, and I go by every now and again and put them in.
So if anyone has something that's not birds, if you want to throw them in there, that's fine.
We're working on another person to take that over. I have a name, I met a person at Landcare Festival who might be interested in chairing that. And so it's,
I know we don't have a lot of money, but is that something that this committee should work towards funding?
That's a good question, because those brochures are extremely expensive. I was shocked when I saw the price list.
Yeah, I was actually hiking a trail in Pisgah and came across one of those, and it was jam-packed full. I told one, I said, I'm tempted to steal all these and take them out of mine. But then I thought better of it. But
They're very expensive.
Yeah, and I think we maybe even got our first one was free, and so I think we're coming up against the sticker shock of
Yes,
having to restock it.
yes.
Where I think the initial with Olson, Bill Seaman would know. It's been so long since we did it, but like when we all sat down together at Olson, at Bill's house with Olson, I think we got a bunch of them.
To get it started, it's my understanding that the Arboretum kicked in a substantial amount of money to underwrite the cost
Yeah.
of the first batch,
Yeah.
and that's no longer available to us,
Mhm.
as I understand.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress. Thanks for bringing it up, though. Okay. Have you all been spending any time at all with the green space map, the Bill Roberts thing that he came and talked about a few weeks ago? The map is hard to read because it's so small. And I'm not sure what the expectation is for us to deal with any of that, other than to encourage people who are a part of the green, have property that abuts the green space, to get together with Barry and talk about how they can maintain their particular part of it. I know a lot of people are doing that, or several people that I know are doing that, but I don't know that we need to make a big push other than to simply say, hey, here's some space, you can go ahead and talk to Barry and plant some stuff in it. The city certainly can't maintain all of its green space, not the way we want. As hard as Mike works, there's just not enough hours in the day for that.
No.
And he allowed us out of me the other day that he's getting ready to retire, so I don't know what Montreat's going to do without him. He's a workaholic, if there is ever one. Okay, anything else come before the group?
Yeah, I had a woman come up to me at the Landcare Festival, very concerned about the Japanese knotweed. And I said, well, it's not all on one person's property, it's one of those things.
I'm working on an area right outside the building here.
So yeah, I don't know if there's anything to do about that. I don't know what but I said I'd let everyone know that she was upset. I told her she should show up and tell everyone, but I don't see her.
Well, it's a very interesting plant. It has a very substantial root system.
Yeah.
And some of those roots underground get to be an inch in diameter and 5 or 6 inches long. And then, of course, they send out sprouts and they pop up. The only way to really control it is to dig that sucker out. And that is not easy in this terrain. It does respond to Roundup, usually 2 or 3 treatments. And, but you have to be careful because you can't use Roundup near the water.
Which is where it grows.
Which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
where it likes to grow.
Yeah, and I've seen that you can tarp it, but that's just months and months and months where you smother it from all light. And you have to be willing to kill everything that grows under that big area.
Well, there's no question Helene spread something, because I'm seeing it now in spots that it was not there pre-Helene, particularly down around here, is where I'm seeing it now.
Might be,
Before it was further up the trail.
might be something worth exploring, because it would be about the right time for the next Landcare Festival. It is a really good substitute for rhubarb. So you could have a pie baking contest with knotweed or something like that.
Yeah.
Can you,
The young shoots, yeah, no, for sure, yeah.
okay, that could be a fun idea for Landcare. Seriously.
Oh, gee.
I mean, same as rhubarb, you're not supposed to have it if you're pregnant or nursing, so. But,
Or prone to oxalate kidney stones.
yeah, that too.
Okay, a big caution sign.
But yeah, but it is delicious. I've had strawberry knotweed pie. It was good.
Well, there's plenty of it on campus that you can choose from. So, anything else? That is a concern. There's still concern expressed every now and again about ivy. And every once in a while I hear somebody fuss about the little blue running flower that's on the ground. Darn it. It's only a name, folks. It's only a name. But there are a number of invasives here in the valley that are troublesome. And it is going to require individuals to keep it out of their own yards, keep it spreading. Digging it out's the best way.
Of course, where I saw the most work done was the family that bought what they call steel keys to, you know, that little house that they built from Texas, well, it was not too far from there. And she got out. She got out and pulled all that English ivy out. And she's got her ground cover going now. It's just along the greenway.
Beverly Monroe, it's the Ott family.
Right, yeah.
She and her sister Sally Ott own that.
Yeah. They really worked on it hard to get the ivy out. But the problem is behind them, you know, it's all in the trees on Virginia, so.
Well, if you'll notice the area over here at the head of the trail and heading into the Memorial Garden, 3 years ago, all that underbrush there was green with poison ivy and ivy.
Yeah.
Not there now.
Thank you, George.
All pulled.
Yeah.
None,
Yeah.
none sprayed, all pulled. It can be done. I mean, you just got to have the energy to do it.
Right.
And be interested in doing it. It can be done.
That would be a good Eagle Scout project to get rid of all the English ivy in the Montreat Cove.
Yeah, I would.
For about 3 months.
You'd have
I
to.
don't know that it fulfills the lasting impact requirement of the project that you need.
All right, anything else for the good of the group? This has been a fun meeting today, guys. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you coming. And, meet again next month, and then July is the month that we're off. So, happy hunting, happy health.
Second.
Sound Sounds like a plan.
Would everyone, yeah.
It's
Yeah, it's been raining for a while, it's good. We need it.
We do need it. So who has the
Speaking of
car?
English ivy on trees,
you have a card?
I've got one that I've got to get the English
You
ivy
taught me
off
at my
of.
house.
Do I just take the saw and cut the vines
cross
at the
the
bottom
radar.
going up and then pull
What's the name
it?
of that plant? Japanese mountain what?
Japanese knotweed, A-N-O-T, knot, as in your shoelace.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
They might just call it knotweed now, that might be offensive, I don't remember.
Okay.
I'm gonna look it up.
There's some right across the street, in front of my truck, where I'm from.
Okay.
You need to see what it looks like.
Good.
It's a beautiful plant, unfortunately.
Turn off your mic.
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Oh,
I was there for,
I just emailed you back, sorry, I didn't realize.
yeah, you had your,
No, that's all right,
and I didn't realize the
I've
Seven
got
Sisters
a little bit of time
was
before
that
summer.
same morning until
Okay,
I got
when's your summer season?
oh, it's
June?
my first song, because I was here pretty early.
Yeah, send me, like, if you've got blocks of time, or if you just want to pick a date and time.
Numbers on.
I'm gone until May 15th, and then there's like one more weekend that I'm
oh,
gone.
it was a huge problem, and we had
like,
no idea
now
about that
until
event.
15th, and
No
then
one.
the only other,
Try to squeeze it in. I'm leaving the 20th.
okay. Yeah, I mean, anything, anytime.
I don't know if there's anything else. I was like,
Oh, and from the beginning, the subcommittee, when we were looking at dates, we went through, thank you, like
Recording stopped.